Okay, a little update on the Auto Union Type C fiberglassing. Oh, I don't know. Who knows? I don't like it. I don't like using it. Have I got better in using it? Maybe. I managed to get all my fiberglass. That's the last piece there. The bonnet for better hood, if you're American, I suppose. German. What's a German for? Anyway, moving on. So I've got all the bits cast. I cast it in the under tray one piece, the tail two pieces, the midsection three pieces, the nose four pieces, and the hood bonnet, the German for bonnet, 5 pieces. Now I've got to join all these together, and you can see that I've got like black transfer lines that I had on the original mould when I did it, of where things are going to approximately join. So when I strike that piece isn't fully cured yet, it's not had quite a day. I'll take it out and I'll grind within 25mm of the black lines, and just to get rid of the fluffy, horrible, spiky stuff that sticks in your fingers like crazy. And I had to pull a few of those splinters out, I'll tell you. Wear gloves. Always wear gloves, even though they go through gloves sometimes. So I've trimmed these up. You can see that I've formed a lip to go over those steel bars that I had on my chassis there and there, and that's actually conforming and fitting pretty well. I just picked another splinter up just by touching it. Should have worn gloves. The nose, that's probably going to take the most work. With all the compound curves, I've got a few lumpy bits in there that I'm going to have to sand out and fill. Ditto on the centre section. The tails probably come out a bit better than that, and the bonnet's probably come out best of all. I've got better at fiberglassing as I've gone along. The under tray is hung up there. Still got some work to do on that and some fitting to do on that. So when I've struck all my pieces next week, I'll get the chassis up on these little trestles and some bearers on them, and start trying to fit the panels round it. The under tray will be fixed, the midsection will be fixed, because there's nothing I really need to get into that I can't access there for maintenance. The front's going to have to come off, because obviously that suspension system's complex and I will need to do maintenance on that. And the rear, one way or another, I'm going to have to be able to get into that. I aren't on an electric start, so I'll be manually starting it. I'm thinking of putting a pulley system in so that the starting handle's inside the cab, because that would make things a lot easier. And my fixings for the boot lid, trunk lid if you're American I suppose, or the engine compartment lid, because it is an engine compartment, it'll be mid-engined, to have more authentic fixings to the original. I'm quite happy with the shape and how it's turned out. I've got a lot more work to do to make it to a point where I can paint it, but it's coming along. I took it down to Santa Pod for an event we had down there, and the new links on the front suspension actually control the camber beautifully. I'm very, very happy with how those have turned out. Still needs a little bit of adjusting before final. I did manage, however, to break the rear axle. You can just maybe see there the weld that we did. We did that at the meeting. Jim lives very close to where we had the meeting at Santa Pod, and he kindly welded it up for me, and it lasted another day. So there's a little stress razor at the end of where I've had to put the key through there, so I intend to put a second bearing to help with the stress razor, and I'm going to weld that key in and flat it off with a grinder, which means I can lose one of those collar clamps that I've got there. I've got a new bit of axle come and some new bearings, because we had to heat that bearing a little bit. I don't trust bearings when they've been under the torch. So that's one of my next little fettles, but it drove really well. I was extremely pleased with it. And then when the bodywork's done, I can start tuning the engine a bit. Okay, that's all for now.